Years ago, I spoke on the platform with a woman who wrote a book called Soaring with Your Strengths. She told the story about the 1984 table tennis team from China, in which there was a guy who was on the table tennis team from China, and this guy had an incredible forehand, but he had a really lousy backhand. And the reporters were peppering him with questions. What are you going to do about this guy? He's got such an incredible such an incredible forehand, no backhand, and he's getting asked this question repeatedly. And the coach, in frustration, looks out at the media and says, forget it. I'm going to make his forehand so good he never has to use his backhand. Now, what does that mean for us? There are certain things that you do in your business that you do incredibly well. There are other things that you're not so good at. So I'm asking you, in your business, as you run your image consulting business, what are your strengths? What are your forehands? And I would prefer to see you try and hit only forehands. Not for you to try and get better at something you don't know how to do, but to concentrate your efforts on those things which you do know how to do and do more of that. Does that make sense? So rather than, let's say you're not really, it doesn't really work for you to get up in front of groups of people like this and speak. That's one great way of promoting your image consulting business, by the way. You're terrified of that, doesn't make sense. It's not going to work for you. Don't try and do that, but you're a really good writer. Well, then great. Spend your time writing and getting articles placed rather than looking for ways to improve your speaking skills. Forget about it if this isn't what you do. So again, hit only forehands.